Well, I was so proud of myself because we came up with this awesome method for straining our honey. See, we put it in there, crushed it, and then had this cover that it would go through into the bowl below. But as it sat out here straining, our bees found it, and now most of the honey has disappeared. Oh well, you win some and you lose some. So welcome back to another day here on Journey Back to my truth, my year of gratitude, where every day for a year I thank somebody specifically for making my life either a little or a lot better. For today, I'm going to be thanking my best friend since childhood. We became best friends in the fourth grade, and she has been with me ever since. So, when you have a friendship that spans 30 something years, that's definitely something special. And I just want to tell her how much she means to me. So, real quick today, I wanted to talk about tick removal. Um, with me having Lyme disease, it's one of the things that really freaks me out, and I want to make sure that my kids don't have any of these issues. So anytime we see a tick, I want to get it off as quickly as possible. The thing I have found that works the best is this little guy right here. It's by Tick Check, and I got it off of Amazon. I'll put a link below. This guy works so phenomenally because all you do is when you get a tick on you, excuse all the bees this morning, when you get a tick on you, what you do is go ahead and put this under the body, and then you just get their head in this little V part right next to your skin like this, and then you just gently put a little pressure. Now you're not actually pulling them out. They kind of have to back themselves out. If you pull too hard, you can decapitate them, and you don't want to leave the head in there because if you leave the head in, it transmits or is more likely to transmit any pathogens that tick is carrying. So you just kind of get their head stuck in that little and just do a little pressure like this, and little by little pressure, they'll go ahead and they'll eventually back out. Now, if you don't have one of these, the recommended procedure is to use a pair of tweezers, and same thing, just grasp right there behind the head and gently pull. It's like a little bit forward and up motion, like towards their head and up just slightly, and the tick will back out and let loose. But what I love about this guy is it's just so easy, and it actually came with two of them, which I'm not really sure why because I don't need two. So I sent one to my sister who goes hiking a lot and has the kids outside a lot, and they have been having issues with getting ticks on them as well. So I sent one to her, and she used it and called me the first time. She's like, "This thing is amazing." I was like, "No, I know it does. It works so easily." And the great part is when they come out, they're in that little cup, so you can go ahead and take that and put it in a baggie straight away and send it off to be tested. I have used, there's several different places to send ticks to be tested. I personally have used ticknology.org. I'll put the link below as well. It was like $35. I think you can have it expedited for like $55 or $50, something like that. And within days, I knew whether or not those ticks were carrying a tick-borne illness. So that was just amazing for me to know whether or not I need to do the antibiotics and get my kid tested. So now, if you have a lot of ticks like we did a couple days or a couple weeks ago when we used the doxycycline as a prophylactic, they only test up to three. I think it's 3 or 4 of the same size ticks. So if you have different size ticks or too many, you'd have to run multiple tests. With all 5 of us being covered with ticks, and multiple ones at that, it was just going to get too expensive. So that's why we just did the prophylactic antibiotics instead. But when I found just like a single tick on my daughter, boom, I send that thing in right away. $35 for peace of mind, just best money spent. Now, if you happen to have them and they are just not coming out, which I have had it like twice, where I was using something like this or I was using the tweezers and I just could not get them out at all. They just would not come out. It is not recommended. I emphasize not recommended. But if you're extremely desperate, you can put peppermint essential oil or another essential oil, or some people have even used alcohol, but I've used peppermint essential oil directly on one drop on the tick, and that thing will back out and be out within a minute. I've done it twice, and it was extremely effective both times. The problem is when you put anything on the tick like that, the tick tends to regurgitate, so just throw up into your body. So if they're carrying any pathogens that you were hoping to not spread from the tick to you, yeah, that's kind of out the window. So that's why it's really not recommended to do that, because it increases your likelihood of getting some kind of tick-borne illness. But if the tick won't come out, it's really buried in there deeply, it is an option, just letting you know. Not a recommended one, but it is an option. But I really do recommend this guy. It is just so easy, such a lifesaver. I wish I'd had this thing for years, so just a great little tool and all. Anyway, I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, choose joy.